Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Sunday, April 24th. We got a 4-game slate starting at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So we're going to jump into this. We already know the participants. We already know the player pool. We already know the value. We just got to, make sure the salary is where it needs to be. That's pretty much it. Trae Young, 9-4. Brought Atlanta back. Obviously, as you all know, he didn't play at 94. Chris Paul. I love Chris Paul because he's going to get fantasy points without scoring. Points are just extra. Curry, as far as I'm concerned, he's still coming off the bench. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen anything saying they're going to start him, but I want to make sure I have my information right before the experts jump in the chat. Hey, Chapo. Curry starting, you didn't know that? Yeah, well, listen. I'm not trying to deal with that right now, so to the best of my knowledge, Curry's still coming off the bench, but Curry, Poole, Clay, they call him PTSD now, I think they're calling him. Poole, Thompson, Steph, and Draymond. Jesus Christ. Denver's getting swept, and that's a fact. There's nothing Denver can do to beat Golden State right now because Golden State has more talent, and their shooters shoot. They have two of the top 3 greatest shooters of all time, or two of the top 4, 2 out of the top 3, whatever you want to call it. Probably, I say Clay and Curry, or Curry and Clay is 1 and 2. That's my opinion. Now Poole, Poole is obliterating Denver also. That's sick. I'm not even a Golden State fan, but you gotta acknowledge what the Warriors are doing. 87, I'd pay for Curry if he started, but him not starting, if I know for sure he's getting 36 minutes, he's in play. Pay attention to news. McCollum's in play, 8,400. Drew Holiday is in play. Poole, Hero. Hero's not going to go off every game, but 41 fantasy points and he shot 4 for 11. So I did say last video that one of these games he would go off, and he went off. I like Hero. There's no Lowry. He's questionable, so we're hoping that there's no Lowry so we could plug in Hero. Caruso's not always going to pay off his price. He's a better real life basketball player than fantasy player, but it is what it is. Out of everybody else down here, I'm only going to be looking at Campaign. He only played 13 minutes. I'd expect him to play more, but I guess if Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges aren't in any foul trouble, they're going to just run them, 30 plus minutes. So, you know what? If you can avoid playing Campaign, don't play him. I'd stop at Alex Caruso. This is the playoffs, and you can only go by the last game. You know what I'm saying? There's no crystal ball. There's no Miss Cleo. Nobody just tell you what these players are going to play. So you'd rather be safe than sorry. At point guard, I'm stopping at Caruso. Ingram's in play. Levine, Klay Thompson. Bojan's in play. Bogdan. I'm going to say this. When Bogdan has a good game, Atlanta wins. When Bogdan has a poor game, Atlanta loses. If you think Atlanta's going to beat Miami again, then play Bogdanovich, because he'll be integral in that. Barton, I don't even think I'm messing with anybody from Denver besides Jokic. Barton's a bad play, but when teams get beat down like that, they get demoralized. My man's went from 40 to 30 to 28 fantasy points. And if they get beat up again, fantasy points will go even lower. If you know you're getting smacked, right? Why would you be enthused to play? You wouldn't. When you're playing DFS in a playoff atmosphere for NBA, you got to look at everything. I look at everything. I don't want to play Will Barton. He's not a bad player. I just don't want to play anybody from Denver not named Jokic. Herder's alright. If it works really light in construction, then great. I played Grayson Allen. He didn't start. I left him in. He still went off. 4,600. He may not have the game he had last game, but he's still okay. Struss is in play for value. If you want to take a shot on Connaughton, it might be his day. You never know. 21 minutes. 21 minutes is not bad for 4,300. He got 8 shots up. Not bad. 22 fantasy points. Not bad. But that's about it. DELON WRIGHT had a decent game. He played 30 minutes. 21 fantasy points. DELON WRIGHT 3,800. DELON WRIGHT to play. And I don't want to play any. I don't want to. Shamet's gonna start. He might start. No, he didn't start. He did play 30 minutes though. Cam Johnson started. 30 minutes, 12 fantasy points. He's not a great fantasy producer, and I wouldn't trust him in this setting to give me fantasy points that I need to win a contest. If you want to take a shot on him, you can, but that's just not for me. I'm very tight with my player pool. Giannis is in play. Butler's in play. BI is in play. Brandon Ingram, for those of you that are new, BI. Mikal Bridges is absolutely in play. Wiggins is not a fourth guy on the fifth guy on his team. I'm not playing Wiggins at 5,700 when he's the fifth man on his team. Wiggins went from a number 1 pick, I think. Was he a number 1 pick? Wiggins went from like a number 1 pick to being the fifth guy on his team. I don't want nothing to do with Wiggins. I'd rather play Aaron Gordon, and I don't want to play him either. Cam Johnson's in play. Jay Crowder, his usage goes up with no Booker. DeAndre Hunter, last man in. Nope, whatever, that's fine. Herbert Jones, same thing. Last man in, I'll take you. Patrick Williams, last man in. I'll take you. If I was playing 300 lineups, I'll play Duncan Robinson in one. 14 minutes, 8 fantasy points. That's more like it. The game before that, 7 minutes, 2 fantasy points. That's more like it. I think that's about it. Let's go to power forward. DeRozan's in play. DeRozan usually doesn't have 2 bad games back to back. I'm locking in DeRozan, expecting him to shoot a lot, put Chicago on his back, and get this win. So DeRozan's going to be the star tonight. Draymond looks revigorated. He's happy now. He gets to play with Curry and other guys that can shoot. So Draymond gets to do Draymond things. Draymond's in play. Bobby Portis is in play. John Collins is in play. Danilo Gallinari, last man in. You feel like he's gonna contribute to an Atlanta win? You can play him. What has Larry Nance been doing? Let's see. 23 minutes, 1 for 8. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. He's in play. He got 8 shots in 23 minutes at 4K. That's a down game for him. I expect him to be better. PJ Tucker plays, he's in play. Like I said before, this is not PJ Tucker from the Rockets when Harden never gave him the ball. He's getting the ball when he's open. So PJ Tucker is not a bum like he used to be. Jokic is in play. Ayton, I like Ayton. I like pairing Chris Paul with Ayton. because they have synergy. He's almost like Luka and Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell without Luka is he's a water boy. And when Dwight Powell has Luka on the court, he becomes a average center. DeAndre Ayton is a little bit better than Ayton, and when Ayton plays with Chris Paul, he's a borderline all-star player. That's just how it is. Vooch. Vooch is in play, but he's not contributing to winning. That might go over some of y'all heads that are kind of newer to DFS, and I'm not trying to be cute or nothing like that. The thing is, he's not putting up the numbers in line with wins, and they're calling him the weak link on that team. I expect DeRozan, obviously, to put up more shots, Levine, and I expect them to fade him out. Less shots. He's taking too many shots in losses. So I'm thinking if shots come down, DeRozan's and Levine goes up, and 27, 18, 17. Are you kidding me? My man took 10 threes, 8 threes, 9 threes. He's the center. And they wonder why they're losing. Valanciunas is in play. It looks like Capella's questionable. We'll see what happens. I don't want to play a center that has a bad knee. That's not good for business. Brook Lopez is in play. Let's pick 5 guys that I like. Decisions. Chris Paul is 93. Chris Paul is kind of cheap. Chris Paul's in play. I don't really want a game chase, but I like stacking Ayton with Paul when there's no Booker. BI is 88. Probably makes more sense to play BI. $700 more than Ayton. Small forward, I'm going to go to Mikal Bridges. Power forward. Can I fit DeRozan? Let's see something. Center. We go to Brook Lopez. Well, you're not going to be able to play all of this together, so I'm probably going to have to pick one of DeRozan or or Ingram. If I want to play this in a contest, it won't fit. I'll do Clay. No, I want Levine. I want both the Bulls. So let's do Chris Paul, Levine, Mikal Bridges, DeRozan, and Brook Lopez. Let's do that. That's 5 guys that I like, and you'll somewhat be able to make a whole team out of it, but you gotta, get lucky on the value and hope for the best. But I wouldn't play. I would go a little bit more balanced and take maybe Levine out and balance this out as a lineup. That's what I would do. So that's that. So listen, if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, and I do have day passes and week passes, just in case you need up-to-date, updated optimal lineup sent to you right before lock. For those of you that don't have time to do your own research, all that good stuff. Let's jump to FanDuel. And let's see, Chris Paul 10-2. He's fine. A little pricey, but he's alright. Curry, I need him to start if I'm going to be paying 9,200. McCollum, Trae Young is too cheap. Drew Holiday is fine. Poole is fine. Kyle Lowry is okay, but he's really not that active. So I need him to be healthy if I'm going to be paying 6K, because I'm going to need 36 fantasy points out of him. Campaign, 5K, hasn't been playing that many minutes. Alex Caruso, for value, DELON WRIGHT for value. Everybody else is not gonna make it on the list. McCollum, Holiday, Jordan Poole, Bogdan, Levine, Mikal Bridges, Klay Thompson, Will Barton. Andrew Wiggins is on the outside looking in. Tyler Hero looks great at 5,900, especially with no Kyle. Herder, Allen for value, Max Truss for value. And if Pat Connaughton started, you could take a shot. Giannis, Butler, DeMar, have all of them. Listen, Giannis, Butler, DeRozan, Ingram, have all of them, spread them out on different lineups. That's what you do. There's no right answer. I know sometimes people are looking for the golden answer. It doesn't work like that. This is DFS. Anything can happen. Somebody can get hurt. Somebody can get hot. Anything can happen. You got to prepare yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Larry Nance, Cam Johnson, Patrick Williams, he's okay. I prefer him to be a little bit cheaper. Jokic is a power forward still. Giannis, Jokic, Draymond is in play. Bobby Portis is in play. John Collins is 55. He's in play. You need more activity out of him. That's about it. Pool is very tight. DeAndre Ayton is 8,500. That's spectacular. Vooch is 8,300. I'm expecting him to shoot less, so I don't want to pay 8,300 for Vooch. Valanciunas is 7,500. Bam is questionable. I'd rather play Bam with his quads messed up rather than Clint with his knee messed up, but I'm going to end up going to Brook Lopez anyway for value. And that's about it. There's nobody else that's playable. Let's pick 5 guys. Let's get out of here. Trae Young at 86 is kind of too cheap. So we got Trae Young. Jrue Holiday is too cheap. I went for what he's capable of. I'm going to go back to Levine. Small forward. I'll do Giannis. Let's go straight to Brook Lopez. And my power forward, I would like to play DeRozan. I'd like to play DeRozan, but if Bam doesn't play, then I'll give Jimmy the slight edge, because he's less scoring dependent than DeRozan. 4,500 left, so probably still won't be able to make this a full team, but it's just 5 guys. 5 guys that stand out for me. Levine, I like Holiday over Levine, but I like Levine's price. So Trae Young, Levine, Giannis, DeRozan, and Brook Lopez. So that's just 5 guys that stand out to me. So listen, hope this video helped you. Hope you guys had a profitable day in DFS. I know there's a lot going on. And I'll be back shortly with my MLB video for tomorrow's slate. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Ciao.